Good morning. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday, I shared with you some of my personal story of addiction and then recovery into my current sense of being what we talked about yesterday, being a wounded healer. I intend here at the Vitality Project to bring together all I've learned over the past 40 years of working as a university professor, a clinical psychologist, and more recently as a full-time recovery coach. But just as important, if not more so, I want to draw on everything that I've learned firsthand in both active addiction to alcohol and other drugs, as well as in the process of healing and recovery, which represents my entire focus basically over the last 10 years. I'd like to start today by diving more deeply into the huge problem of shame in addiction recovery. For example, did you know that shame is the single most stressful negative human emotion? Psychologists measure unpleasant emotions and their strength by checking the release of stress hormones, and there's two primary stress hormones. You will have heard of one of them, adrenaline. The other one is cortisol. And this is what we measure to see how stressful any emotion is. Emotions like anger, sadness, and fear obviously are unpleasant, and they surely all will lead to an elevation in cortisol in the body and the brain. But none of them come close to the cortisol release, actually the cortisol spike that you find with shame. Can you begin to imagine how formidable a problem shame can be for those who are addicted in need of help? Imagine this. First of all, it's this shame that keeps them from asking for help. We've asked you for support. We talked about this some last week. And also this shame that leaves those, particularly those that are in active addiction. As one client of mine put it, she said, it leaves us barbecuing in our own adrenaline. And there's none of us that can sustain that for long. And so the drive to self-medicate when shame is present can be completely overwhelming. And so you can begin to see the loop. Shame leads to increased addictive behavior, leads to increased shame, leads to increased addiction, and so on it goes. I'd like to have you come back and join me tomorrow where I want to lay out a working definition of shame that is both hopefully understandable and useful as we move forward. I hope you'll join me tomorrow for that conversation. And in the meantime, I wish you a very good day.